Yes, hello and good evening, and welcome to another episode of Sleeps by Definition. Sleep by Definitions. Tonight I'll be reading from the word we shall see. You may note that instead of tea, tonight I'll be indulging in some red wine. Shiraz, if you will, if you must know, which you may or may not care. It is delicious, let me say. And tonight we shall be parting ways with page 2 of the dictionary and moving on to page 3, as it were. All this to help my special partner sleep. She's next to me. You can't see, but I assure you she's right there, and I do presume that this will be of help, or if not help, at least I need to read the dictionary, as I cannot think of the word for what I'm trying to say, but I think you know what I mean. It will be of comfort. It will be of comfort as I sit and I ponder and I read from the dictionary. So where are we? In fact, I think I've opened to the correct page. I believe last time we parted ways, we must have been up to the word above or something like that. So let's go from the word above, which is page 4 of the Australian Concise Oxford English Dictionary, 5th edition. And so we begin. Above. Over, on the top of, higher, vertically, up a slope or stream, etc. Then, over the surface of, head above water, above the din. Number 2 says, more than. Number 3 says, higher in rank, position, importance, etc. Number 4, too great or good for. There is a B to this, in fact, which is beyond the reach of, not affected by. Above. That is enough for the word above. Let's continue on to a very exciting word, abracadabra. Abracadabra. Supposedly magic word used by conjurers in performing a trick, a spell or a charm, jargon or gibberish. Now, gibberish is a word that I quite like, as I'm sure you could imagine. Nevertheless, let us move on. Actually, no, let's stay on that. Abracadabra. That's a great word. I can think of a joke. What do you call... No, I've lost it. The punchline is a labracadabrador. It's something to do with a dog that does magic, and it's quite funny. I'm sorry if I've ruined that for you. Let's move on. A braid. Scrape or wear away, in brackets, square, rock, etc. Close brackets. By rubbing. Scrape or wear away by rubbing. Scrape or wear away by rubbing. Now we move on to abrasion, and that is the scraping or wearing away of skin. I mean, don't you think that makes sense? A braid is to scrape or wear away the skin. Surely then abrasion is the scraping or wearing away of skin, which it is. Then there's abrasive. Let's see what this is. It seems pretty obvious. Attending to rub or graze. Capable of polishing by rubbing or grinding. harsh or hurtful in manner, an abrasive substance. So an abrasive substance can cause an abrasion which can abrade the skin. And there we have it, folks. Abrade in its fullest. Now we move on to a word, abreaction. I don't know this word, so let's see what it means. The free expression and consequent release of a previously repressed emotion. Well, isn't that quite an interesting word? Abreaction. The free expression and consequent release of a previously repressed emotion. I'm going to start a new thing here, and I'm going to say word of the day, as I read through the dictionary. It's one word, a word of the day. Now, I'm not giving this word the word of the day just yet, because we've yet to go on, and we'll need to choose only once we've read all the words. But I gotta say, that's gonna be a real contender. Abreaction. I like that. That's a good word. The free expression and consequent release of a previously repressed emotion. Abreaction. Very good. Oh, the next word's a good one. I shall read it in one moment. I shall just have a sip from my delicious gauntlet, which is not a gauntlet, it's just a regular glass. You know what? It's going to be some time till we get to G, but wait for the word gauntlet. It's a good one. Yum. Delicious. Okay. And we move on. Abreast. Side by side and facing the same way. Often fall by width. Okay, right. The dictionary is so interesting. We read all these words and then it says something like often fall by width. And who knows what that means? Often fall by width? Abreast, side by side and facing the same way. Often said as, okay, never mind, up to date. Forget that. We shall move on. Nevertheless, let us continue. Abridge, shorten, by using fewer words or making deletions. Now, many people would say that I could abridge this reading by simply reading the dictionary word for word and not giving my ponderous thoughts and pontificating, quite frankly. Although it's not really pontificating, I feel there is something. No, it is. It is. It's pontificating. So I could abridge my readings, and yet I do not. I don't think it matters, as my videos tend to reach very few people. In fact, it's generally just me and maybe one person that I share it with, so never mind that. We shall move on to the word abroad. In or to a foreign country or countries, over a wide area, in different directions, everywhere, at large, freely moving about, in circulation. There are many, many ways to describe the word abroad. Let us move on to the next word. Please do excuse me. If you have fallen asleep, then I hope you are having a wonderful sleep, and I wish you the best of dreams, which is, and you know what? I'm going to skip to the word dreams. I would just like to, no, never mind. It's a dream. It's It's not going to tell me a philosophical or in-depth. It will just say a dream is what you have while you're asleep, because that's probably what the dictionary is for. But let's be honest, dreams are quite something. I mean, a dream. What is a dream? You fall asleep, and yeah, I mean, I do believe it's from the subconscious, but what do they mean? What are dreams? I shall go to the word dream. Please bear with me, as this may take some time. I'm up to the letter C, and on page 274, my God, we have got one heck of a long way to go. We're on page 5. We're on page 5, and that is AB. Now CO is 274. So my goodness gracious, there are a lot of words, and only more each year. This is added to the dictionary, and that is added to the dictionary, and it just seems ridiculous, quite honestly, at some point. Why are all these things becoming words? I do not believe that selfie should be a word. What do you think? Should selfie be a word? I don't think so. Let us find this word dream and see what it says. I've already sort of lost care for this, but I'm already at dodging and dodo, so here we are. DR. Yeah, I've got it. Dreamy, dream time. Or is plain dream? Oh boy. Here we are. Page 427. Here we go. Dream. A series of pictures or events in the mind of a sleeping person. Well, that's pretty apt, isn't it? The act or time of seeing this in full waking dream, similar experience of one awake. Number 2, a daydream or fantasy. No, forget number 2. Let's just stick to that first one. A series of pictures or events in the mind of a sleeping person. Of course, that's absolutely accurate, but where do they come from? Like Cotton Eye Joe, I ask, where do they come from? Where do they go? Where do they come from? Dreamy-eyed Joe. The subconscious, I suppose. You know, I wonder, this is sleep by definition. I wonder, you can tell me what this makes you dream of. What dreams you have tonight. Everybody has different dreams. I often dream of a sinking ship. It's quite scary. Sometimes I dream I'm in flight, out of control. That's also scary. I wonder what these mean. I've looked it up, and could mean a wide variety of things. I'm sure everybody has some insecure dreams, I suppose. I mean, I also have good dreams, of course. I'm sure everybody does. At least I hope so. But it's funny how the bad ones tend to be more memorable, don't you think? Oh, abscond. I remember reading that word. That was a good word. Let's go on. We're on to the next page. Abscond. That was a good word. Now, what were we just up to? We were up to the word. No. And page. No. We were up to 5, you silly man. Not 6. What are you getting ahead of yourself? We've got lots of words to get through before page 6. We were up to abrupt. Did we read abrupt? Yes. We're up to the word abrupt. Right. Actually, we're up to abrogate, just after abroad. Remember, we read abroad in a foreign country or countries. Now we're up to abrogate. That is to repeal, annul, abolish a law or a custom. Then you come to abrupt, which is a sudden and unexpected, hasty movement or departure of speech, manner, etc., uneven, lacking continuity, steep, precipitous. Then the words become things that I don't even know what they mean. What is bot? Full stop. Truncated. GEOL. What the hell is that? Geol? Geol? In brackets of strata. Okay, what it means of strata. What the hell? Suddenly appearing at the surface. Abrupt. Abruptly. Abruptness. He arrived abruptly. Oh my goodness. We move on. For some reason, ABS is in here. It's a freaking abbreviation. It's anti-lock braking system. And also Australian Bureau of Statistics. How about just don't put ABS in the dictionary? Like it's obviously not a real word. It stands for two different things. Don't put it in the dictionary. Let people do that for themselves. This is a dumb word. Should not be in the dictionary. Regardless, let us move on. We come to the word abscess. ABSCESS. That is a swollen area accumulating pus. Oh, gross. Within a body tissue. Abscess. Oh, I'm reading that wrong. My apologies. An abscess. Right, I know the word abscess. I've just not read it. Ever. I didn't know how it was spelled, so that's good for me to know. ABSCSCESS. That's an abscess. Everybody's had abscess. Now, is that the correct pronunciation of the plural? I believe it may or may not be. An abscess, singular, is a swollen area accumulating with pus within a bloody tissue. I've had an abscess in my mouth. I have indeed. I'm not reading the next word because it sounds gross. And it's two words. The dictionary is meant to be single words, but whatever. Maybe it's not, I suppose. It's abscisic acid, which we can all imagine is pretty gross. So let us move on from that. We're up to the word abscissa. Okay. ABSCISSA. Abscissa. And it is the shortest distance from a point to the vertical or y-axis, measured parallel to the horizontal or x-axis. The Cartesian x-coordinate of a point, the part of a line between a fixed point on it and an end ordinate drawn to it from another point. Abscissa. I don't think anyone ever uses that word. Abscission. The act or an instance of cutting off. Abscission. That was an abscission. No, I don't believe that was a good accent for that. Oh, here's a good word. Abscond. Depart hurriedly and furtively, unlawfully, or to avoid arrest. He absconded. He would abscond. It is very good. Here we go. Abseil. Descend a steep rock face by using a double rope coiled around the body and fixed at a higher point. Abseiling. That is a lot of fun. My gosh, I didn't realize how close I was getting to the camera. I do apologize. This microphone is quite sensitive, so perhaps it's been a little loud, because if I go here, it's a lot quieter. Whereas if I'm right here, yes, I'm sure it is a lot louder. And I do apologize, I didn't realize quite how close I was getting. Let us move on to the next word, absence. The state of being away from a place or person. An absence. The time or duration of being away. An absence. Absent, not present. Obviously. Present, absent, very good. I'm not going to read absentee, boring. Absenteeism, what is that? The practice of absenting oneself from work or school. Now that's interesting. Oh, he's really good at absenteeism. Oh, he's always doing absenteeism. He doesn't come to work a lot. He's always running late and not coming. It's the practice of absenting oneself from work or school frequently or illicitly. Oh, that's what absenteeism is. Absenteeist. You could say I'm an absenteeist. It's like being an illusionist or an absenteeist. Although people know what you're doing if you're doing that. Absent-minded. Habitually forgetful or inattentive with one's mind on other things. Absent-minded. That's a good word. Anyways, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 words that we're going to get through, and that will take us to the end of page 5. We are going to be here one heck. Will I even be able to journey through this entire dictionary? Let's take bets. You can set the odds. Probably say that I won't. Although, let's say if I do get through all of this dictionary, then something, your friends win some sort of a prize. The odds are significantly lower than not finishing. We're on page 5. My goodness gracious. This has been a lot of fun so far, but let's see how long it takes us. Anyways, we're going to get through 1, 2, 3, 4 more words, and then this shall be the end of episode 3, and we'll continue on page 6 next time. The next word is absinthe, and that is a shrubby plant or its essence, also called wormwood. There's a very famous alcoholic drink called absinthe with the green, what is it, not a lizard, a green dragon they call it, or I think so, and it's got a little, apparently psychoactive little worm or something inside it, but it's wormwood, also called wormwood, but it's actually a shrubby plant in its essence, or its essence. And then it says a green aniseed flavored potent liqueur based on wormwood and turning milky when water is added. That's the drink absinthe everybody knows. Let's go on to the word absit omen, and that is may what is threatened not become fact. I like that. Absit omen, absit omen, absit omen, the Pope says. Absit omen. What is threatened not become fact. Get out of town. You will not believe what I'm about to say. This word, I swear to God, is in the dictionary. Abso-bloody-lutely. It's in here because this is the Australian Concise Oxford Dictionary. Put this in the dictionary. Abso-bloody-lutely, mate. Jeez. Australian, emphatic form of absolutely. No shit, Sherlock. Why the heck is that in the dictionary? I don't know. Quite frankly, I almost want to stop reading this dictionary because it put that word in here. How ridiculous. How ridiculous. Abso-bloody-lutely? Pah. Jeepers creepers. Get out. I'm really irritated. Why do you put that word in the dictionary? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Abso-bloody-lutely effing ridiculous. The last and final word on this page is absolute. And that is complete, utter, perfect, absolute. Number 2 says unconditional, unlimited. Number 3 says despotic, ruling arbitrarily or with unrestricted power. Not many exceptions. It's got a lot of meanings, the word absolute, but basically it's just like, this is absolute. More wrong. Wrong is an absolute. Where's that from? Anyone who can tell me? I'll be pretty impressed, because it will mean someone's watching my show. Anyways, let's go back to the word of the day, which we said was abreaction, which was the free expression and consequent release of a previously repressed emotion. I just like that word. That was a good word. Abreaction. Abreaction. The free expression and consequent release of a previously repressed emotion. Abreaction. That's very good. That's the word of the day. That is page 5 complete. We shall continue on with page 6 in the near future at some point. I do wish you all a good night and a good sleep, and I hope that you have nice dreams and all sorts of things. I bid you farewell. Good night.